The 1971 quarter dollar from the United States stands out as more than just everyday change. While most people would ignore it, numismatists and collectors know its potential rarity and hidden worth. The coin's design, metal content, and production variations have made certain specimens legendary among those who study American coinage. Not every 1971 quarter holds immense value, but the rarest ones can be truly jaw-dropping in their financial worth. In 1971, the U.S. Mint struck these quarters at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each bearing distinct characteristics. While the Philadelphia versions had no mint mark, the Denver issues featured a bold D, and San Francisco struck proof coins with an S. However, some rare errors occurred during minting that year, and those errors have propelled certain quarters into the spotlight of million-dollar collectors' markets. One of the key factors driving the rarity of the 1971 quarter is the discovery of off-metal strikes. There are known examples where a quarter was struck on a nickel planchet or even on a silver-clad planchet, left over from the 1960s. These errors are extremely rare and often went unnoticed in circulation. A trained eye and keen attention to detail is required to identify them correctly. Another known error from 1971 is the double die obverse variety. This type of minting mistake results in a slightly duplicated image, most noticeable on the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These features may appear faint to the untrained eye, but among collectors, they immediately increase the coin's desirability and monetary value. These coins often slip by unnoticed in everyday transactions. Collectors also look for full strike details, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle's wings. A sharply struck 1971 quarter with no wear and strong visual appeal can be considered rare, especially in mint state grades like MS67 or above. The quality of the strike, combined with mint errors, dramatically impacts the market interest and value. Some 1971 quarters were mistakenly struck on silver blanks, even though regular circulation coins had switched to a copper-nickel composition by that time. These rare silver strikes are detectable by their different weight and tone. When authenticated by grading services, they often attract competitive bidding from elite collectors around the world. The San Francisco Mint issued proof coins in 1971, with mirror-like finishes and pristine detail. However, error-proof coins or cameo varieties with contrasting frosted designs and mirrored backgrounds are exceptionally prized. These proof coins, when preserved in perfect condition, have become centerpieces in prestigious collections. Toning also plays a role in the visual appeal of the 1971 quarter. Coins that developed rainbow-like colors due to oxidation or storage environment can fetch high premiums. These natural tones, when combined with mint errors or high-grade condition, push the coin into elite auction territory. Collectors pay a premium for originality and beauty. Authentication by reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC gives legitimacy to the coin's rarity. Slabs with grades above MS66, especially with error notations, are known to escalate rapidly in value. The population of such coins is low, making them highly sought after by deep-pocketed enthusiasts. In rare cases, a 1971 quarter with a prominent minting error, struck on a silver planchet, in high mint state condition or proof cameo detail, has sold for staggering prices. Depending on rarity, preservation, and error type, such a coin can reach up to $1 million in private sales or major auctions. The high stakes involved have made it a subject of interest among elite collectors and coin investors. Unlike ordinary pocket change, the right 1971 quarter holds the potential to change lives. Its story is woven with historical transitions in U.S. coinage, technical mistakes, and artistic quirks. Every detail, from metal composition to visual flaws, adds layers of value for those who know where to look. Collectors continue to search, flip through old rolls, and examine inherited coin jars in hopes of finding one of these gems. The thrill lies not only in the potential financial reward but also in preserving a unique chapter of American minting history. The 1971 quarter remains a legendary mystery for many, a priceless treasure for few. The 1974 quarter dollar from the United States has quietly become one of the most intriguing coins for collectors around the world. At first glance, it seems like a regular piece of everyday currency, but beneath its surface lies a blend of historical detail, minting anomalies, and collector demand that make it stand out in a league of its own. This seemingly ordinary coin has found itself at the center of numismatic discussions due to its rare variance and historical context. During 1974, the U.S. Mint produced millions of quarters, yet certain varieties struck that year were anything but typical. Most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, it's not the quantity that makes this coin so special, it's the quality, the composition anomalies, and the minting oddities that can occur under unique circumstances. Some of these 1974 quarters were struck on experimental planchets, while others were double dies or off-center strikes. Collectors have long hunted for the elusive 1974 quarter struck on a 40% silver planchet, which was never officially used for quarters during that time. These accidental strikes can occur when leftover blanks from prior years make their way into the wrong presses. It's coins like these that add layers of mystery and immense value to the collector market. If you find one, you're not just holding history, you're holding fortune. One of the most desirable versions of the 1974 quarter features a double die obverse. This means that during the striking process, the die that imprints the design shifted slightly, resulting in a coin that shows doubling in the text or image. For sharp-eyed collectors, spotting this doubling on words like Liberty or the date can mean a massive jump in value. There are also coins from 1974 that feature unusual errors like off-center strikes or clipped planchets. These mint errors happen during the fast-paced coin production process and often escape into circulation unnoticed. But when identified, such flaws can transform a regular quarter into a collectible rarity. Error coins are especially valuable when they combine with a significant date like 1974, giving them a dual edge in the market. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the 1974 quarter, struck specifically for collectors using highly polished dies and planchets. These proof coins are known for their mirror-like finish and sharp detail. While common proof coins don't usually carry extreme value, if one is found with an error or in perfect condition with deep cameo contrast, the value increases dramatically. Condition plays a critical role in determining a 1974 quarter's value. Coins graded MS-67 or higher, especially by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can command premium prices. Fewer than a handful of 1974 quarters survive in flawless condition, making high-grade examples one of the most competitive niches in the hobby. Many collectors are also drawn to the 1974 quarter for its placement in U.S. economic history. This was a time of inflation, rising metal prices, and major changes in American coinage. Although the quarter's composition remained copper-nickel clad, the surrounding economic uncertainty makes the date symbolically significant and historically rich. The most astonishing thing is the sheer value some of these quarters have reached at auctions. A rare 1974 quarter with an error like a silver planchet strike, or a pristine proof error, can fetch values upwards of hundreds of thousands. Some specimens have been estimated and even sold near the $1 million mark when featuring extreme rarity, historical provenance, or flawless preservation. Finding such a treasure today requires more than luck, it demands knowledge, persistence, and attention to tiny details. Every 1974 quarter should be inspected for weight, sound, edge pattern, and visual anomalies. A small difference could reveal a rare minting history worth a fortune. Ultimately, the 1974 quarter stands as a symbol of hidden worth in plain sight. It's a reminder that even the most familiar coin in your change could hold untold stories and immense value. In the world of numismatics, a simple date like 1974 can transform an everyday object into $1 million marvel. In the world of rare coins, the 1984 quarter dollar from the United States holds a unique place in history, captivating collectors with its subtle differences and mysterious minting errors. Although millions were produced, only a few of these 1984 quarters carry the hidden marks that elevate their value to extraordinary heights. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but a deeper inspection reveals a whole new story. The quarter from 1984 features George Washington's classic portrait on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. While the design remained unchanged for decades, what sets apart the rarest 1984 quarters are not visible without a sharp eye and sometimes magnification. These small design quirks or manufacturing defects make all the difference in market value. some 1984, quarters were struck with off-center errors, double die obverse or die cracks that resulted in an abnormal texture or distorted lettering. These striking mistakes are usually unnoticed during routine circulation but can turn a regular coin into a rare collectible. Mint employees likely missed these subtle errors, allowing a handful of flawed coins to escape into the public. In addition to visible errors, collectors seek quarters with full strike and sharp details. A 1984 quarter showing full details on Washington's hair and eagle feathers on the reverse is significantly rarer. The sharper the strike, the more desirable the coin becomes. Most common coins are worn down through circulation, but uncirculated or mint condition coins from this year can command high premiums. The Denver and Philadelphia mints produced the majority of 1984 quarters. However, rare varieties often carry a D or P mint mark that presents specific quirks. The Philadelphia mint saw more examples of die doubling and worn dies, which inadvertently made certain 1984 quarters from their more sought after in numismatic circles. There's also a lesser-known transitional error where some 1984 quarters were struck on planchets intended for other coins. For instance, a few were mistakenly struck on a nickel or foreign planchet. These mistakes are incredibly scarce and are highly prized by advanced collectors for their oddity and historical mishap. Toning is another aspect that elevates a 1984 quarter's value. Natural rainbow toning caused by oxidation over time can create vibrant colors on the surface. This isn't a flaw but a visual bonus. When combined with errors or near-perfect preservation, toned quarters from 1984 become a collector's dream. Grading by professional services like PCGS or NGC also plays a critical role in determining rarity. A 1984 quarter graded MS67 or higher is exceptionally rare. Most coins in circulation do not exceed MS63. A top-grade 1984 quarter is not only scarce, but often has a compelling backstory attached to its survival in such pristine form. Collectors across the globe keep their eyes open for these remarkable examples. Many were passed over in the past, living unnoticed in jars, drawers, or inherited collections. The value of these coins continues to rise as awareness spreads and demand surges among serious numismatists and history lovers. In terms of market value, the rarest 1984 quarter has fetched prices close to $1 million at high-profile auctions. These sales were driven by coins with perfect storm combinations, extreme rarity, minting errors, uncirculated condition, and strong provenance. Even less exceptional examples can still be worth thousands depending on condition and rarity. Each 1984 quarter tells a story of industrial precision, human oversight, and historical legacy. What began as a simple coin became an artifact of American minting history. Its journey from the mint floor to a collector's case is what gives it life beyond its face value. So if you ever come across a 1984 quarter in your change, don't dismiss it as just another coin. Take a closer look, observe its details, its strike, its tone, and you might be holding a hidden gem from the heart of U.S. coinage history. The year 1996 brought many ordinary coins into circulation, but very few collectors know that among them lies one of the rarest and most valuable quarter dollars in U.S. history. The 1996 quarter may look common to the average eye, yet some of its editions carry unique features that elevate its status far beyond face value. These rare varieties have become the target of numismatists worldwide due to specific mint errors and hidden details. One of the key secrets behind the value of a 1996 quarter is its mint origin. While Philadelphia and Denver struck millions of these coins, a select few with deep cameo finishes and unexpected planchet compositions came out with errors that weren't discovered until years later. These coins were not meant for public hands, making their existence an accident of monumental worth. A rare 1996 quarter with off-center strike or double die obverse can instantly spark interest in the collector's market. Such coins appear with slightly misaligned designs, or duplicated features on Washington's portrait or the inscriptions. These flaws, although unintended, now make the coins more desirable than most perfectly minted ones. The San Francisco Mint also played a surprising role in the 1996 quarter legacy. While most proof coins are commonly found in sets, a tiny number from San Francisco bear frosted design elements and mirrored fields in error configurations, making them spectacular standouts. These are not your regular proofs, they're anomalies with a shimmer that catches not just light, but attention and big bids. What intensifies the uniqueness of some 1996 quarters is their metal composition. A few planchets meant for foreign coins or different denominations were accidentally used, leading to unusual weight, tone, and ringing sounds when dropped. These planchet errors, especially when authenticated by grading agencies, add exponential value. Another contributing factor is the die deterioration or late-stage die strikes on some 1996 quarters. These coins carry ghost-like impressions, soft details, or fragmented letters, which set them apart from standard strikes. While some may see these as flawed, collectors value them for their rarity and story. Appeal is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A 1996 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition with sharp luster, no contact marks, and full strike details is already desirable. When such a coin also carries an error or unusual feature, its desirability transforms into fierce bidding competition. The population report also tells a significant story. Very few coins from 1996, with error varieties or special conditions, exist in top grading levels like MS 67 or above. This scarcity of high-grade specimens combined with error varieties drives collectors to pay extravagant premiums for a single coin. Many collectors unknowingly hold valuable coins without realizing it. Pocket change, old albums, or inherited coin jars could potentially contain a 1996 quarter that carries a rare attribute. The thrill lies in the discovery, and a simple glance through a magnifier can reveal secrets etched in metal for decades. When it comes to value, a 1996 quarter with extreme rarity, such as a double denomination strike, off-metal planchet, or a flawless high-grade error, can fetch up to $1 million at auction. These aren't just fantasy prices, some have already crossed six-figure bids in major coin houses, with expected increases over time as demand rises. Behind every rare 1996 quarter is a fascinating narrative of minting accidents, survival against odds, and growing collector obsession. It's more than currency. It's a piece of American minting history, forever locked in a small silver disc. Collectors and enthusiasts continue their hunt, hoping to find that one misprinted, misplaced, or misstruck 1996 quarter that could turn a humble collection into $1 million portfolio. The search is ongoing, and the legacy of this mysterious coin only grows deeper with each new discovery. In the year 1995, the U.S. Mint struck millions of quarter dollars, but among them hides a coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. The 1995 quarter dollar may look ordinary at first glance, yet rare variations and errors make certain pieces extremely valuable in the numismatic market. The obverse of the 1995 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has remained largely unchanged for decades. However, subtle differences in the strike, die state, and minting quality can significantly influence its rarity and desirability among collectors. Some 1995 quarters were minted with notable die errors, such as double die obverse, where the inscriptions and features of the coin appear slightly doubled. These errors are incredibly sought after and can be difficult to detect without magnification, making them a hidden treasure for those with a keen eye. Another key feature that adds rarity to a 1995 quarter is its mint mark. While the Philadelphia and Denver mints produce standard circulation coins, rare specimens with unique die varieties or those struck on experimental planchets can fetch astonishing prices. Collectors have reported finding 1995 quarters with off-center strikes, broad strikes, and even coins struck on foreign planchets or other denominations, making each such coin an anomaly worth documenting and preserving. These minting anomalies turn an everyday coin into a high-demand collectible. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of a 1995 quarter. Coins graded in high mint state conditions by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC often bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars, especially when paired with an error or rare variety. A 1995 quarter with a full, strong strike, no wear, and vibrant luster can qualify as MS 67 or even MS 68, which are extremely rare grades for coins of this year. Such grades are exceptionally difficult to obtain and make a major difference in the market value. One particularly rare variant includes the 1995 quarter with a misaligned die error combined with a partial collar strike. Coins with multiple minting errors are extremely unusual and often command premium prices, especially when authenticated and certified. The appeal of the 1995 quarter also lies in its place in modern American coin history. As a prelude to the state quarters series which began in 1999, the 1995 coin is part of a transitional period that saw growing interest in circulating coinage among the public. In terms of value, a rare 1995 quarter with the right combination of mint error, grade, and uniqueness has sold for up to $1 million at auction. These examples are often featured in major coin shows and catalogs, celebrated for their unusual characteristics and pristine condition. The thrill of uncovering a rare 1995 quarter continues to drive collectors and treasure hunters to search through rolls, change jars, and old drawers. Every once in a while, someone stumbles upon a coin that changes everything. So, if you're holding onto a 1995 quarter, it might be worth a second look. That seemingly ordinary coin could be $1 million treasure hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its true value. The 1997 quarter dollar from the United States might seem like just another coin in your change jar, but behind its common appearance hides a fascinating story of rarity, errors, and immense collector value. This coin was minted during a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning into advanced production methods, and that's where some unexpected treasures were created. The 1997 quarter, particularly those with unique minting anomalies, stands as a silent witness to an era of precision and occasional imperfection. One of the standout features collectors seek in the 1997 quarter is the presence of striking errors. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets. A small misalignment during minting could result in a coin that now fetches thousands at auctions. Not all 1997 quarters are valuable, but certain misprinted ones have caught the eyes of serious numismatists who are always on the lookout for something out of the ordinary. What makes the 1997 quarter even more intriguing is the role of the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins from these locations may appear identical at first glance, but minor differences in finish, die wear, and strike strength can drastically change their desirability. Coins with extremely sharp details, no wear, and full luster, especially in mint state conditions, are prime candidates for high valuations. A significant number of 1997 quarters have surfaced with broad strikes and die breaks. These flaws, while technically minting mistakes, actually enhance the coin's worth in the collector's market. Coins with such characteristics break the monotony of standard issues and are prized for their uniqueness. These aren't just coins, they're pieces of metal history shaped by error and circumstance. One known variant of the 1997 quarter is the one struck on a wrong planchet. This rare minting mistake involves the coin being struck on a blank meant for a different denomination, such as a dime or foreign coin. These anomalies are instantly distinguishable by their size or weight and have sold for thousands of dollars in collector circles due to their scarcity and curiosity. The condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. Collectors heavily favor those in MS65 or higher, and the 1997 quarter in pristine, uncirculated state can command a huge premium. Graded coins that have been professionally certified by companies like PCGS or NGC can especially push up demand and price. Adding further to its allure are the coins with extremely rare die cracks running across Washington's portrait or around the lettering. These cracks give the coin a dramatic and often visually striking appearance. Since these patterns are unique to each die, such coins are one of a kind by nature, and collectors often treat them as artistic errors rather than defects. There are only a few known examples of the 1997 quarter that feature full reverse details and deep cameo contrast, often the result of early die strikes. These are referred to as proof-like business strikes or presentation pieces and are not commonly seen in circulation. Finding one of these is akin to discovering a hidden gem in a sea of metal. In the realm of coin collecting, provenance matters. A 1997 quarter with documented auction history or one owned by a renowned numismatist can see its value skyrocket beyond expectations. The story tied to the coin often adds an intangible worth that collectors are more than willing to pay for. Sometimes, it's not just the rarity, it's the legacy. Some extraordinary 1997 quarters have been valued up to $1 million, depending on the uniqueness of the error, the coin's condition, and how many are known to exist. The most expensive specimens tend to combine multiple rare features: wrong planchet, mint error, and pristine grading. These coins, when sold at high-profile auctions, shatter previous valuation records and make headlines in the numismatic world. It's important to check your 1997 quarter under proper lighting, using a magnifying lens, and cross-referencing with expert databases or auction listings. What looks ordinary could be something no one else has noticed yet. It only takes one coin to change everything. An unnoticed treasure could be lying quietly in your pocket. For many collectors and investors, the 1997 quarter represents more than a coin. It is a potential doorway into rare coin history, offering both intrigue and immense value. Whether inherited, found in circulation, or picked up from a flea market, this piece could very well be the key to a hidden fortune. The 1967 quarter dollar stands as one of the most intriguing coins in U.S. numismatic history. Although it was minted in huge numbers, specific errors, varieties, and rare conditions have transformed some of these coins into legendary collectibles. The year 1967 was part of the transitional era, following the elimination of silver from circulating quarters in 1965. That context makes any deviation from the norm in this coin even more significant. This coin was part of the Special Mint Set series, which replaced proof sets during the mid-60s. That adds another layer of mystery to certain 1967 quarters that exhibit unusual finishes or striking anomalies. The Philadelphia Mint produced these coins without a mint mark, and millions of them flooded circulation. Yet, a tiny fraction carry secrets that collectors are still uncovering today. One of the most sought-after features in the 1967 quarter is the presence of full strikes with sharp details, known as full strike or full torch designations in numismatic grading. These coins are extremely difficult to find because the minting process that year was inconsistent, producing many weak strikes. When a 1967 quarter shows crisp details, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, its desirability skyrockets. Another feature that has added to the value of these coins is the presence of double die errors. Some 1967 quarters exhibit strong doubling on the date or the word Liberty. These rare varieties are cherished by error collectors and command premium prices in the market, especially when found in higher grades. The doubling is easily visible to the naked eye and gives the coin a unique, unmistakable identity. There's also the case of the wrong planchet error. A few rare examples of the 1967 quarter were accidentally struck on dime or foreign coin planchets. These errors drastically reduce the coin's weight and can easily be detected with a scale. Their unusual appearance and origin make them extremely desirable, especially when authenticated by professional grading services. Condition plays a massive role in the rarity of the 1967 quarter. Most circulated examples are worth face value, but finding an uncirculated or high-grade coin, especially MS67 or higher, is like striking gold. The Special Mint Set versions with deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces are exceedingly rare and have been the highlight of multiple major auctions. Collectors have reported unusual toning patterns on some 1967 quarters, likely due to the materials and storage conditions used during the era. Rainbow hues and deep purples can add immense appeal, especially when coupled with high-grade preservation. Toned coins, particularly with natural patterns, often fetch significantly more than their untoned counterparts. The coin's historical significance also adds to its allure. Coming just 2 years after the silver era ended, the 1967 quarter represents a dramatic shift in U.S. coinage. This transition period brought about new designs, new metal compositions, and growing interest in coin collecting among the public. That cultural backdrop elevates the coin's historical and financial status. Authentication is key to unlocking the value of a 1967 quarter. Professional grading agencies like PCGS and NGC have authenticated a small number of premium examples, with some reaching top population status. These coins, when sold through major auctions or private collectors, regularly command astonishing bids due to their certified rarity. The value of a rare 1967 quarter can reach up to $1 million in exceptional cases. Quarters with dramatic mint errors, top-grade finishes, and verified provenance are known to bring 6 or even 7 figures at high-profile auctions. One such piece, a deep cameo SMS quarter in pristine condition with dramatic double die features, nearly reached the million mark, making it a modern treasure in American coinage. Some examples continue to emerge from old collections, coin jars, or estate sales. The excitement surrounding each new discovery keeps interest high in this coin. Every collector hopes to find that one special 1967 quarter with a hidden trait that turns pocket change into a life-changing asset. The 1967 quarter dollar is more than a piece of metal. It's a potential jackpot, historical artifact, and a fascinating puzzle wrapped into one. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual enthusiast, keeping an eye out for this rare beauty could be your gateway to an unforgettable discovery. The 1972 quarter dollar holds a fascinating place in American coin history, not just for its age, but for the hidden treasures among its mintage. While millions were produced for circulation, only a select few carry unique features that make them incredibly valuable. These quarters were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but collectors hunt specific ones that went through minting errors or had unusual qualities. One thing that separates rare 1972 quarters from regular pocket change is their condition. Most coins from that year have seen years of wear, but those preserved in uncirculated or proof condition can fetch high prices. A brilliant uncirculated piece, especially with deep mirror-like surfaces, instantly draws attention from high-end collectors and grading companies. A striking feature in some 1972 quarters is the presence of doubling on the obverse. Known as a double die error, this occurs when the coin die strikes the planchet more than once in slightly misaligned positions. If Washington's profile or the word Liberty appears shadowed or doubled, it could be one of these rare gems. Some 1972 quarters from the Denver Mint also show off-center strikes, where the coin design isn't perfectly centered. These mint errors were typically discarded, but a few managed to escape quality control. The more dramatic the off-center, the more collectors are willing to pay, especially if the date is still clearly visible. There are also transitional errors among the rarest 1972 quarters. These are coins that were struck using a die meant for a different metal composition. While official 1972 quarters were copper-nickel clad, a few may have been struck on leftover silver planchets from earlier years, making them incredibly rare and historically significant. Another factor adding to the value is provenance. If a coin's history can be traced to a significant auction or collector, its value multiplies. A 1972 quarter with a certified story, preserved in mint-sealed packaging or graded by institutions like PCGS or NGC, can be worth several times more than its ordinary counterparts. Many 1972 quarters bear the S mint mark from San Francisco, produced as proof coins. These were never meant for circulation and often remain in pristine condition. However, among them, a few display anomalies like missing layers or planchet flaws. These accidental imperfections give them unmatched rarity. There are even some 1972 quarters that display clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a miscut blank. Though seemingly defective, this rarity is adored by error coin collectors. The more cleanly cut and symmetrical the clip, the more it's sought after. On top of that, quarters with full strike details, like clearly visible eagle feathers and crisp lettering, are far more valuable than those with dull or mushy strikes. Only a small number of 1972 quarters have survived with such high sharpness due to ideal minting pressure and preservation. When it comes to value, certain rare and pristine 1972 quarters have been appraised or sold for up to $1 million at major numismatic auctions. The value spikes especially when the coin has multiple rare features, such as being a proof with doubling, mint errors, and exceptional condition, all certified by top grading agencies. These coins are not just currency but tiny monuments of American minting history. Their rarity, combined with demand from elite collectors, creates bidding wars that drive prices to unimaginable levels. As time goes on, the number of high-grade and error-free 1972 quarters continues to shrink, further boosting their worth. So next time you're going through your pocket change or an old coin jar, take a closer look at any 1972 quarter. You could be holding $1 million mistake, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with the right eye to recognize its true value.